All right, let's be honest. We're all swimming in a sea of digital stuff. Photos, documents, videos, it's a total mess. But what if there was a way to tame all that chaos? Well, today, we're diving into the cloud's secret weapon for doing just that, blob storage. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about that? When you upload a photo or stream a movie, where does it go? It doesn't just vanish into thin air, right? It has to live somewhere. Somewhere absolutely massive, perfectly organized, and ready to be accessed in an instant. Just think about it for a second. You probably have thousands of photos on your phone alone, not to mention all the documents and PDFs you've collected over the years, all piled up in digital folders. And then you've got the really big one, the mind-boggling amount of video that we all stream every single day. It's this beautiful, unstructured, chaotic storm of information. So how on earth does the internet handle all of it? Well, the solution is actually pretty elegant. You have to stop thinking about a filing cabinet and start thinking about a warehouse, an infinite warehouse, a place with limitless shelf space designed from the ground up to handle exactly this kind of digital mess. And that warehouse? It has a name, Azure Blob Storage. This is Microsoft's answer for storing just enormous amounts of data. Now, the key phrase here is object storage. See, at this kind of scale, your typical folders within folder system just completely falls apart. So instead, you just have objects or blobs that you place into this gigantic, endlessly scalable space. This warehouse is specifically built for something called unstructured data. And that is the perfect name for all the chaos we were just talking about, right? Isn't it? It's all the stuff that you can't just neatly organize into a spreadsheet. It's the photos, the audio files, the videos, the log files that really make up the vast majority of our digital world.
Okay, so we've got the what. We know what this thing is. But what do people actually do with this infinite warehouse? How does it pop up in our day-to-day lives?
Oh, you're interacting with blob storage all the time, probably without even realizing it. That image that just loaded on a website, yeah, it was likely served straight from blob storage. It's the engine that powers streaming services. It's the safety net for your backups, and it's the fuel for massive, complex data analysis. It's really one of the most fundamental building blocks of the modern internet. Let's make this really concrete. Think about streaming a movie. That entire movie file, all gigabytes of it, sits as a single object in this Azure warehouse. The second you hit play on your remote, your device sends a request, and boom, the warehouse starts streaming that object right to your screen. It's that simple and that incredibly efficient. Okay, so you have all this stuff packed away in the warehouse. How do you get to it? Well, you need a key. Or even better, how about a universal keycard that works from absolutely anywhere in the world? And that universal keycard is simply the language of the web itself, HTTP and HTTPS. What that really means is, as long as you have an internet connection and the right permissions, you or your applications can get to your data. It's not some weird proprietary system. It's built on the very same foundation as every single website you visit. And for all the developers out there, this is fantastic news. Microsoft gives you these toolkits or client libraries for all the most popular programming languages, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can easily write code that talks to this warehouse using the language you already know and love, whether it's .NET, Java, Python, you name it. Now, there are basically two main ways to use that keycard. On the one hand, you have direct user access. Think of things like SFTP. That's kind of like having a physical key to your own personal storage locker. It's perfect for when you need to get in there and manually move some files around. But on the other hand, you have system access. This is where the REST API comes in. This is like giving a master keycard to a trusted application, allowing it to manage everything automatically, behind the scenes. But this is where the story gets really, really cool. You see, this warehouse isn't just for passively storing stuff. It has an ultimate superpower that turns it from a simple storeroom into an actual engine for discovery. And that superpower is called Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Now, don't get hung up on the name, just think of it like this. You're upgrading the warehouse by bolting on a super intelligent organizational system and a massive analytics engine. Suddenly, blob storage goes from a place you just keep files to a place where you can actively learn from them on an incredible scale. This is a total game changer because it combines that low-cost, massive scale of blob storage with all the features you actually need to do serious analytics. High availability just means your data is always on, ready when you are. Strong consistency makes sure you're always looking at the most up-to-date version. And maybe most importantly, you get a hierarchical file system, which lets you finally organize all that chaos into folders, which is absolutely crucial for running big data jobs efficiently.
And that kind of leaves us with one last really powerful idea. The point of a technology this huge isn't just to hoard data, it's to understand it. So when you have an infinite warehouse that can hold pretty much any piece of information you can imagine, and you have the tools to analyze all of it at scale, the only real limit is the questions you decide to ask.